Welcome to the Service Clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley along with Kevin Baxter. We're in my bay and we're going to talk about warranties and the red screen and the VIN block and all this kind of stuff. Boy, talk about churning the internet this year with the Federal Trade Commission agreement with Harley-Davidson. That really has come up with a lot of owners, and you've shared a couple of stories where people have come in and said, I can do almost anything. Right?
That's exactly right.
Yep. And no, that's not true. Now, the Harley-Davidson warranty has never changed. What this does is actually tell people what it involves, and it explains. When it came out, a lot of the dealers said, okay, what does this mean for us? And it really clarified how we approach the customers and say, this is what the warranty covers. This is what your side of the agreement is and what you can and cannot do. One of the worst things in the past was the dealer's misconception that you have to buy Harley-Davidson parts, Harley-Davidson service, and you have to do it all through us all the time. It's never been that black and white. It is, we make a good product and we're going to stand behind everything that we put in this product. Mm-hmm. If you want to go to an independent shop and have them change the oil, just keep the records. Just let us know that you're taking care of it, because part of the agreement in the warranty, you will keep your maintenance and you will keep your motorcycle up to what the scheduled maintenance program should be. So then, all right, the Federal Trade Commission, what does that mean? I don't want to get it wrong, so I got a card, okay? Yeah, I hate phone calls from the top factory here. So the agreement has clarified that customers don't have to use genuine Harley-Davidson parts and service to maintain, there's the big word, to maintain their warranty coverage. The Harley-Davidson company cannot void a customer's warranty simply for installing another company's parts, using a service provider that's not a Harley-Davidson dealership, and for you doing your own maintenance and repairs. They can't void it. So what does this mean? So if a customer adds an aftermarket non-Harley-Davidson part to his vehicle and that causes an issue with the bike, is it covered under warranty? Harley-Davidson, under the Federal Trade Commission, says Harley-Davidson may deny warranty claims for defects or damage caused by an unauthorized part, an unauthorized service. Let's say you take it to somebody that really doesn't have a manual and is guessing all the time and not using a torque wrench, or the use of a vehicle including defects or damage caused by installation of unimproved or aftermarket parts, or the use of a vehicle in racing and competition. I mean, I knew that all the time I was racing. What I broke on Sunday does not get fixed on Monday. That's right. Under a warranty. Right. Okay? So, denial of coverage may be based on installation of parts designed for unauthorized use of the vehicle, such as the big one, trailer hitch. Harley never designed their motorcycles for a trailer hitch. That's going to be in their concern if you have a problem with your swing arm, your back area, your frame, and all that kind of stuff. They'll probably deny it because trailer hitches were never there. Now, this next one really, I walk on eggshells with this one. Can I use Mobil 1 or other oils in my servicing?
I stomp on those eggshells.
Yeah, yeah. I have nothing against other oils, okay? My life has always been Harley-Davidson oils, and I know they work. Right. All right. You change it on a regular basis. You take care of your motorcycle. That oil is going to do its job.
So, before, if you don't mind, respectfully, before we go down that path, I would like to drop a bomb.
Oh boy. Okay.
Are you ready?
All right.
I'm going to drop a bomb, guys. I'm going to tell you, the new FTC ruling is not anything new. It really isn't. Everything you just read has been in place since the Magnuson-Moss Act. Yeah, that's reality. What it did was it brought this subject to light, and it also answered a lot of questions for people. It developed a standardization. Yep. Okay. The fact of the matter is, you can't expect, I'm defending the motor company in this one, is the reality. As a manufacturer, if I was a mass producer of a particular product, I can't provide a warranty on that product and give a consumer carte blanche to modify it any way that they want and still expect me to cover a warranty if they had a problem. That's the reality. It's unfair to expect the motor company to do that, right? So in essence, yes, you can modify, but it is reasonable as a consumer for me to expect a manufacturer to say, if you make a modification and that modification created a defect in a warrantable item and it can be proven to have caused that defect, then we have the option to not cover that defect. That is absolutely fair and reasonable. I don't see anything at all wrong with that. And it was, I think, a lot of the gray areas, like, you're mentioning oil, service procedures and all that type of stuff. And of course, we're going to get to tuning and the screen of death here in a second. You started on a path with the oil, and I think this is a great thing. And I know you've done a lot of research as well as I. What's your take on the oil?
All right. Harley-Davidson, all their products, their motor, their frame, everything they test. They test every piece that goes into it, that it works with each other on it. I had that story earlier in one of our videos about the turn signal bulb, okay, and exhaust systems. They test everything. Well, this oil that they use is tested on all their models. They don't have the desire or, well, they have the capabilities, but time-wise, to test every oil on the market. Will it work in their bikes? Will it work in their bikes? Maybe. All right. If I choose a different oil, and I don't promote any other oil, but if I choose another oil, I'm still going to change it every 2,500 or every 5,000 miles. If it's synthetic, full synthetic, whatever, the car industry put in our minds in the 70s and 60s, we're coming out with this fully synthetic oil. You can go 10,000 miles and not change the oil. We don't have a car. We have an air-cooled motor, okay? So people that go and want to go the cheap route, which I never understand, you put this investment in this motorcycle and you spend a lot of good money on this. Why wouldn't you want to keep it in its top performance?
Well, let's talk about that oil then, right? You mentioned the cheap oil, for example. I've done videos on oil and how synthetic oil works versus regular oil and all this type of stuff. And what it comes down to is, yes, it seems very attractive to go to a big box retailer and pay $4.99 for a quart of oil. But even, all of the aftermarket brands and in the center, all of them are at what now, $14, $15 a quart.
It's expensive.
Yeah, so it seems very attractive. But what most don't understand, automotive oils are significantly different than motorcycle oils. And there is a reason, there's a science. And what it comes down to is that motorcycle oils are considered specialty oils. They are not governed under the same EPA requirements that automotive oils are, because they're not used as broadly and in such quantity, right? So your motorcycle specific oils are going to contain things like extra zinc and phosphorus that add lubricity to the oil and improve viscosity over time, help prevent viscosity degradation, of course. So there is, in fact, a difference.
And
right?
there's a difference in the three parts of a big motor.
Yes.
There's the transmission, there's the primary with the clutch, and then there's the motor. And some people want to take a full synthetic other oil and put it in all three. And the demand of these parts is totally different.
Exactly. And there is one major brand that is very, very popular that is a motorcycle specific oil. Many will grab that and say, oh, this is perfect. But what they don't see is the fine print on the back that major brand of oil is not recommended for clutch applications.
Yeah.
Right? So that I've seen people use it and destroy their clutch. Yeah. And so you got to be careful with this stuff. So, and I know you have it available. I think you have it on paper there. So
yeah,
in following with the warranties, it's, as you mentioned, Harley, they can't test every oil, every combination. But what they can do is say, as long as it has these particular certifications, you can run it. And as I understand, that's the case, right?
Yes. Yeah. The owner's manual is the best possible information that you can have to follow the warranty, what is expected on your side of the warranty table. And under oils, if necessary. Now, they say in the first paragraph, use Harley oil. If you came with a CVO and SIN 3, use the SIN 3. If you can't, then use the Harley-Davidson HD 360 oil, 2050 oil. But if you can't, and you are stranded in Idaho and you need to get home, if necessary, and the HD oil is not available, use oil certified for diesel engines. Acceptable designations include CH-4, CI-4, and CJ-4. Preferred viscosities, 2050, 15W40, and 10W40. That's it. That's what Harley wants you to use.
And I'm sure you get the questions all the time. I get it. What is the best blank? Fill in the blank. What is the best cam? What is the best air cleaner? What is the best oil? Here's my take on that. If anybody makes the best of anything, they're going to be the only one that makes it. They're going to be the only one that people buy, right? And that's just the reality. It's impossible for you or I to say what is the best, because there's too many variables.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in the petroleum business.
Neither am I.
But you
have the engineering degree.
Well,
I do not.
Well, but yet you've got nearly 40 years worth of experience of tearing down engines.
Yeah.
You've seen what works and what doesn't.
Yes.
Over the years, I've made mental notes of what an inside of an engine looks like, and then I asked that customer what kind of oil you were running. You see wear patterns and things like that. And so, I can't necessarily say what the best oil is. No. It's because there's a lot of great products out there. But what I look for are very specific certifications, as you've mentioned, specific certifications and how well they keep their viscosity and the independent testing. Plus, anytime we build engines, we send our oil out to have it analyzed at an independent lab. And they analyze all different brands of oil and everything else. So what I choose to use is based off of a lot of those reports as well. And especially when engine is tested at the 1,000 mile during the break-in oil, you expect to see a lot of elevated things like zinc because of what's used in your assembly lubricants, right? Mm-hmm. You see a little extra wear-in metals. You see some bronze. You see a little iron. You see a little, a little bit of aluminum, depending on what was done. But they also have a database of hundreds of thousands of tests. And so we're looking at the 10,000 mile, the 30,000 mile mark, whatever. And that helps us also choose what oils we run, helps us choose what brand filters we run. But the biggest is it can also be an early indication of a potential engine problem.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. So anyway, so I'm with you 100% on oil and maintaining warranty and
services.
And services.
Yeah. Keep your services, keep an eye on. We have a mechanical device that things can come loose, or changing the oil on a regular basis. I have customers with 6 figures on their bikes, and it's because they changed their oil every 2,500 miles. They had every service done, and those bikes look and run as if they were brand new. When something started to wear out, they put the brand new item back onto it. Didn't change what the whole design of the motorcycle was. They just wanted to keep these 2 motorcycles I'm talking about are anniversary editions, 2003. A Sportster and a Y-Glide that have, one has close to 200,000, the other one 150,000. And you go, they look like they've been on the showroom floor for 5 days or something.
Somebody rode a Sportster too.
She belongs to the meter maids. Motor maids.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
so
absolutely.
She goes to all the rallies and she rides that motorcycle there.
Love the motor maids. Do you have any motor maids? Or do you have any others? Motor maids are awesome.
Oh, they are.
Wonderful ladies.
I love the support they have and run.
Oh man. 4 years ago, I believe it was 4 years ago at the Sturgis Hall of Fame breakfast, Gloria Strutt.
Gloria, yeah.
Oh, her speech. I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but if you guys haven't, watch Gloria's speech.
Amazing woman.
Gave. Oh, man.
And she takes the time with all the individuals. I mean, our Krista goes and she'll just sit at the table with her and talk about it and, all the different rides that they've done together. And
it's wonderful.
And it really pumps her up to go to the next rally, just to visit with the girls.
And anybody that can't kickstart a motorcycle needs to watch Gloria do it. She can still do it.
She is. She's
so
amazing.
the screen of death.
Okay.
Let's talk about the screen of death.
Okay. One of the things that we do during service is that we are supposed to hook up our Harley-Davidson digital computer and we see if there are any updates for software for the ECM, the body control module, and even the stereo system, because Harley is constantly looking at different ways they can improve their motorcycle.
Now, it's not, and I want to clarify, so that is in fact a requirement for you to do that when the bike's under warranty, correct?
Yes, during the service.
Because it's there've been an impression. I've received comments from folks that almost like you're out to get your customer, like you're this Inspector Gadget sort of thing, and you're plugging it in, and I'm going to get this guy. It's nothing like that. You have to do that.
We have
as part
we
of
have
it,
to do it to give you the best of what we don't. When a motorcycle comes in, especially from another dealer or a person, we are a military area, and if they come with their motorcycle and we've never seen it before, we want to give them their best 1,000-mile, 10,000-mile service, whatever. I can't tell whether you've tuned the motorcycle. Yes, my 35 years of experience tells me there's something a little different about this motorcycle, but I can't look at it. So I'm hooking up a digital tech to give you the best, and all of a sudden, Harley-Davidson software can see the footprint or the change in the ECM from what the factory put in it. And that automatically puts a red screen up, brighter than your shirt.
Congratulations,
yes.
You avoided your powertrain warranty.
It puts your,
Yes.
Yeah, it's a VIN block. And what's a VIN block? Okay. It does not mean your warranty is voided.
Correct.
Okay.
Right.
What happens is when we do warranty work, we electronically put it in and we submit it to Harley-Davidson. And we've got codes and all that kind of stuff. And they look through it and they go, okay, yeah, we accept it. If there is a VIN block, your warranty that we, submit to Harley-Davidson bypasses the computer and goes to a desk. Mm-hmm. So an engineer, a specialist can look at it and go, okay, why was this, blocked? Oh, he's got an exhaust system. Does this have anything to do with your stereo system? No. It's okay. Do your warranty. The powertrain has to do with the tuning ability, and it also has to do with the EPA and what is it?
Carb compliance.
Yeah, carb compliance. That's not Harley. That's that governmental state that we have to abide by.
Yes.
So,
well, and that's what we were talking about in the last episode.
Yeah.
Is there are limitations that exist, right? And it's not a bad thing. They just do. Where you have an enormous monster of a company that there's the compliances, there's regulations, there's things that just have to be in place. Where in aftermarket we're not necessarily bound by that. Now I can't ship a full tuning system to California that's not carb compliant, right?
No.
But and there were aftermarket companies that got. I'm not going to say they got slapped on the wrist. They got their dang hands chopped off.
Yes,
but,
high fines for every
exactly.
Problem.
So we are bound, but not to maintain a warranty per se, right? So when people call that have, factory warranty still left on their bike, we tell them, we make them aware, if we make this modification, we put on this exhaust, if we use this aftermarket tuning system, that is really what you need based off the modifications that are made, big cam, big throttle bodies, all this type of stuff, you are going to be forfeiting this portion of your factory warranty. And so that's just the reality of it. And it's
a customer's choice.
It's a customer's choice.
Always been
Absolutely.
A customer's choice on what they do with their Harley after they've purchased it. There are guidelines for the 2-year warranty. Mm-hmm. And if you follow the guidelines, we will stand behind your bike and your issue from day one to that second year ending point of we're going to, support you and get as much as possible taken care of.
Exactly.
But if you choose a different route, then you're right. Then we advise over the counter, mm-hmm. You bring me an aftermarket cam or, you bring me a different tuner than Harley-Davidson, we have to tell you this is going to affect your powertrain.
Absolutely. And it's not at all unreasonable.
No, you look at the car business. If I bought a brand new Ford Mustang and I took it to Roush and I had a Pro Charger put on it and bumped up the horsepower and then I blew the transmission, am I going to bring it back to the Ford place and say, my transmission, you need to cover under warranty? It was never designed for what they put on it.
Well, and in typical fashion, something changes at the motor company, then the aftermarket responds.
Yes.
Right? So, we know when we build a custom bike for someone, we're using, very specialized parts that are purpose designed.
Yes.
Right, custom design type stuff. So we responded with an extended service plan program, right, that allows it could actually run in conjunction with a factory warranty, believe it or not.
Wow.
So let's say a fellow buys a brand new motorcycle and he wants a monster engine built, transmission, inverted front end. He wants a ton of work. Well, we partnered up with a company to offer an extended service plan that will run congruent to that 2 years, plus then give him an additional 5-6 years after that. And the way that's done is we know all the things that have been modified on that motorcycle. We take responsibility for all of those things, the aftermarket parts and accessories. Not only will it allow you to modify, it will cover any aftermarket parts and labor 100%. Now, if there is a problem that exists during that 2-year factory warranty period that is not related to anything else,
right?
Say some speakers go bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that still falls under his factory warranty there. And then, but you can also, even if bikes are out of warranty, it's very advantageous to buy it on a new motorcycle because there's a massive discount given because of that 2-year partial coverage, right?
I got it. Okay.
So if a guy buys it on a new bike, he saves a ton of money. But then if we're going through and completely going through a bike, mechanical restoration, let's call it, we can write that warranty covering aftermarket parts and accessories on a bike that has up to 100,000 miles on it and 10 years old.
Wow.
So that's a unique opportunity. So what I'm getting at is you have a lot of people that either don't want to buy a new bike because they're buying it to modify.
Right.
So they're looking for old used bikes and things like that. There again is that symbiotic relationship, where a person can go to Low Country Harley-Davidson, buy their new bike, make their modifications, still be able to have a warranty an extended service plan,
right,
and maintain some of their factory warranty, and it all work together. So there are solutions to most things these days, right?
Right. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it.
Do us a favor, hit like and subscribe if you think we've earned it. Jump over to Low Country's site as well, and click like and subscribe and all that other fun stuff. So you'll get notifications. Don't forget about the little bell next time we release a video on this topic and many others. The reason we decided to get together, guys, is again, this motorcycling community is a wonderful place to be.
Yeah.
When a lot of people see my channel and they see me constantly diagnosing things, and I've even had some comment that I'm anti Harley-Davidson, and that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality of the matter is Harley-Davidson builds a product that gives me a lifestyle that I love, a product that I enjoy, and quite frankly, a means for me to support my family. It's a wonderful community, and I feel like it's my job, as I'm sure you do. It's our job to explain problems when you have them.
Yeah.
Harley-Davidson built many motorcycles over the years. I think they built over 4 million twin cams, and there are a ton of 2017 M8s with small vein oil pumps that have a ton of miles on them. And Harley-Davidson does build a great product, but it doesn't help you for us to tell you that it is a great product. It helps you when you do have a problem, if you have an issue, between what Doc does on the service end of things, the tips, the tricks, and his years of experience, mine in diagnostics and heavy repairs and engine teardowns. When you do have a problem, it helps you to see and understand the problem you could be having, the ways that it could be fixed, and then quite frankly, how some of the repairs can be expensive and extensive, when it does happen. So, this has been a wonderful experience, Doc. Thank you for having me. And I'm excited about this. We got several more videos to do. And in the future, I want to ask you guys as well, again, if you've enjoyed this series, take the time and leave us comments at the end of each one of the videos. One, if you have more specific questions, and if you have other topics that you might like to get answers from Doc and I, because we may very well end up doing some more videos, maybe a live broadcast.
It's possible. It all depends. Do they want it?
I just need to work on my phonetics and be a
Okay.
little more like Doc from Little Country Harley-Davidson. Guys, again, thanks a million for watching. We greatly appreciate you. And let's say it together, Doc. Take care of yourselves and each other. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Take care of yourselves
and each other. Have a good one.